Hi, it's Jane O'Halloran, founder of Beyond the Empty Nest. Welcome to this live video. I wanted to first of all, thank those of you who have been engaging with my movement, relaxation, meditation videos that I've been doing. And thank you for your feedback. And I know a lot of you really found those videos valuable. So I would like to do more of that. It'll be a slightly different format, but look out. If you're interested in those videos, do look out within the group. I will be posting information about that. So that's first. And then I wanted to talk to you today about feeling alone. Feeling alone. And this time of year, you know, so many people have their adult children, their kids, leaving for university or leaving to travel. And it can be quite a difficult time when they first go off. So this time of year is that feeling is about, isn't it, of the kids leaving and feeling quite alone. But also this time of our lives is very much that theme comes up again and again. And so, you know, this is the time of our lives where our kids are flying the nest, as they should be. But also we are at a time of our lives where perhaps parents are aging, perhaps parents have passed away, and also our relationships, perhaps you've gone through a divorce or separation from your partner, perhaps you find that now that the kids have gone, your relationship with your partner has been thrown into a bit of stark relief. And actually you're not liking what you're seeing. Perhaps you feel alone in that relationship. Or perhaps it's just a matter of readjusting. Things are different now, there's just the two of you. Or like I said, if you're on your own. And then let's throw into that mix the menopause, you know, which heightens all those emotions. It robs us a little bit of our confidence, and it kind of stops us being able to get a good perspective on life. We kind of lose our perspective, we lose some confidence, our emotions are running riot, and we're actually left feeling quite alone. And if that's you, I know that is an awful feeling. Feeling alone, it's a frightening place to be. It feels very vulnerable. And there's a lot of, I think, hurt and feeling of rejection there. And we judge ourselves, we blame ourselves in some ways, because I think that subconsciously what we do is we judge ourselves as not being good enough or not being lovable. And often that's one of our deepest fears, is that we're not lovable. And we say to ourselves, well, you know, if I was better, if I was lovable, then I would not feel this alone. There would be people around me helping me, supporting me. And so it can be a very difficult place to be. And we tend to do a couple of things in that situation. We either withdraw, and we can do this consciously. Hi, Julie. We can do this consciously, or we can do it often subconsciously. But we withdraw, and that just makes the situation worse. And we withdraw, and we expect other people perhaps to come to us. But it doesn't work like that. Or the other thing that we sometimes can do is cling to people, especially our adult children. We cannot perhaps let go, and I think this came up in the group a little bit, of that role that we had as mother when your children were little, and we still want to gain our sense of purpose from that relationship with our children, and we try in various ways to cling to them, and it can be quite subtle. You know, it's not necessarily that we're clinging to our ankles, although maybe that has happened, but it's more subtle, and it's perhaps words that you say that your children pick up on, and they feel kind of under pressure, and it pushes them away. So you're pushing people away. So you're either withdrawing or you're pushing people away, either of which doesn't work, and you feel even more alone in that vulnerable, hurt, rejected place of being alone. And, you know, I think something that I've done very much so in the past is, you know, do you wait for people to contact you? And then when they don't contact you, you feel even more hurt and rejected. And it's like, and I've done this a lot in the past, you know, waiting by the phone or looking at my phone. Nobody's contacted me. I'm all on my own. And it's like, you know, you feel indignant because it's like, well, I'm not going to contact them. They should contact me. And it enhances that feeling of isolation and hurt and rejection. And, you know, all the time this is happening, it's like we're digging ourselves into more and more of this sort of pit of despair, of feeling alone, that nobody cares, nobody's there, and, you know, that awful feeling. And so, but what I wanted to say is being alone is very different to feeling alone. And feeling alone is basically faulty thinking. It comes from faulty thinking. It comes from looking to other people, hi Helen, looking to other people to fill that gap, looking to other people to help us feel loved and fulfilled. And, you know, we're looking in the wrong place. And I think perhaps when we are younger and when our lives are busy and our kids are small and there's lots going on, we can kind of get away with that. We have a structure, we have people who need us, we have people who rely on us, and we look to that for our sense of identity, for our sense of who we are, for filling that gap. But at this time of our lives, a lot of that just drops away. And it kind of seems to happen really quickly. Suddenly, you know, we feel as though, oh my goodness, everything's dropped away. My kids don't need me in that same way. They've flown the nest. My relationship with my partner has finished, or it's not satisfying for me. I can't rely on my parents for support. And then, like, all of a sudden, it's like all of those structures just drop away. And it leaves you just with you in stark relief. And there's just you. And if you don't like yourself, let alone love yourself, then you're going to feel alone. It comes from that needing other people to fill that space. So everything drops away. You've got the menopause and your confidence maybe is an all-time low, and you're withdrawing perhaps, or perhaps clinging to your children and pushing them away. And it all comes together in this horrible, horrible feeling. It's like this hollow, empty feeling. And I've been there, I know what that's like. But the good news is that it's just a pattern of thinking. It's a pattern that we've got into of thinking, of the body then holds on to those patterns, and our behavior, the way we behave towards ourselves, the way we behave to others, and we develop this pattern, and that's what's holding you back. That is what's keeping you feeling alone. And as I said, the good news is that there is nothing wrong with you. So I really want to say that there is nothing wrong with you. And it's so, so common. And it's just this pattern that we need to change. And it can change. We can change these patterns so that you start to like yourself, love yourself, you feel lovable, and to know that you actually are never on your own. You are never on your own, because the well-being of the universe is always with you. You always have that love and that natural sense of well-being flowing through you. If you think about it with babies, you know, before they learn all these things, it's that natural state of well-being. Young children, they're joyful. You know, unless there's problems, their natural state is to be joyful. And that is your natural state. So you're never on your own, and you are lovable. But you just need to learn that. You just need to undo those patterns. And when you do, it is so empowering. It really is empowering. So that you can be on your own, but be joyful and feel fulfilled. And the brilliant news is that when you live from that place, you will attract people. You will attract other people. You will engage with life. Your confidence builds, and it becomes that virtuous circle instead of that vicious circle. And you tend to attract people who live in the same way as you, and you start to build. But it comes from you. It comes from changing those patterns within you. Because if you try to just do it without that, it feels a little bit empty, a bit hollow, like going through the motions. So if you're interested in knowing more about that, about changing those patterns, thinking, behaving, changing the patterns that are held in the body, to empower you to engage with life, to love yourself, to be happy on your own, or be happy engaging with people. You've got that choice, and that is so empowering. So thank you, Julie and Helen, for joining me. If you've got any questions, comments, post them in the thread, or anyone that's listening to this video afterwards, please, engage with me. And if you're interested in finding more about how to really change those patterns within you, then please message me, and I'll be really happy to talk to you, and let's get you those results. So lots of love, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.